Welcome back to the listening room, everyone. My name is Benjamin, and today I am once again joined by Landon for ranking the entire studio albums of Journey. You enjoyed this, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is a great band, but if you're thinking we're just going to rank the albums from Steve Perry, you're wrong. We're doing 14 studio albums, I believe. We're not including Dream After Dream, I believe is what it's called. Yep. That's a soundtrack to a Japanese movie, I believe, so we're not going to rank that in this, and no live albums either, just the studio discography. We're going to go from our least favorite to our favorite. There's nothing really that we hated in this catalog, but there's stuff that, as always, stuff's got to follow the bottom. So you're going to start off with your number 14, and then I'll go after you. So what is your least favorite?
Okay, my least favorite was Look Into the Future. When we were actually talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
I jokingly said that it was going to be number 14. Benjamin's like, I don't know about that. Well, I know it's going to be my number 14. I listened to it at work, actually. It was not as good compared to the rest of them, and that's why it's at the last spot. It kind of just dragged on for me. The first album was really good.
Spoiler for later.
But, well, it's better than this. Let's just say that. But yeah, it just kind of dragged on for me. It wasn't my favorite. I really enjoyed other albums compared to this one. The album cover is pretty cool. It's simple. It's different. It's unique. But yeah, honestly, number 14. Look Into the Future.
It looks like honestly kind of a Star Trek thing.
It does.
A little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does actually.
I don't know. I don't think there's anything from that, but it looks very much like Star Trek.
Yeah.
I do not have physical copies for every album here, not because we don't like it or anything, but my copies did not come in time, so I had to stream it instead of listening to it on a disc like I wanted. But my least favorite is actually here, Trial by Fire. This is the comeback album of sorts that Journey did with Steve Perry. You could tell the band doesn't really look like they're happy to see each other. They always... there's a lot of frustration, hatred that happened between a lot of the members. I mean, look, Steve Perry doesn't even look like he wants to be there. I don't know if that was an intentional picture like that, but, I don't know. It's got good songs on it. Message of Love, great opener. One More is good. When You Love a Woman's awesome. Castles Burning, If He Should Break Your Heart. So the first half's good. Second half drags on. This album's too long. Message of Love is my favorite, but this album is too long for me. And it doesn't... The last half just... They don't have memorable songs. And this comeback kind of failed. They did not reunite with Steve Perry again, and that unfortunately is the last album with him. But not a bad album, just too long. And if it honestly had just the first half and maybe a couple other better songs or something, this would be much higher. But that's my number 14.
Okay, we're on number 13.
Yep.
Number 13 for me is Raised on Radio. Not a bad album at all. I really like the opening. But this one also dragged on for me. Towards the end, though, it didn't drag on. I'd just say, after that opening, everything until the last 3 songs was just really... It wasn't my kind of taste. I mean, don't get me wrong. I really like Journey, and I really like their style of music. It's really great. But it's the same thing with Look Into the Future. It just really dragged on for me personally. I don't know what other people's opinion on these are. I mean, I know Benjamin hasn't listened to all the albums either until just now. I listened to a lot of albums. The only ones that I heard were it was Frontier and Escape, but I didn't even listen to Escape all the way.
You're saying before we did this ranking?
Before we did this,
okay.
And then I listened to all of them, so this opinion from someone new to listening to all the albums. This is probably ranked higher on a lot of people's lists. I'm not sure, but this is my number 13. solely because it's dragging on just a lot in the middle for me.
That's funny that you say they're dragging on because they're not the longest albums in their catalog.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious. But, like, you know, if you don't care for something as much, it'll drag. Do you mind backing up a little bit because you're hitting on this there?
Yeah.
No, you're good. Shaking the camera a little bit. My next pick, so I guess my number 13 is over here. Eclipse. People hate on this album for no reason. It's lower for me just because it fell to the bottom. I like it a lot. It fell. It only is where it is because it had something's got to fall. Unfortunately, because I think it's in a way people don't give it credit where it should. City of Hope is an awesome opening song. That is a great song. I have some of the songs written down specifically just so I don't mess it up. Edge of the Moment, Chain of Love, Human Feel. To Whom It May Concern, and Venus is an awesome closing track. My favorite would probably be City of Hope or Edge of the Moment, maybe one of the first two songs. Listen to this album. Listen to it. You can honestly find it for pretty cheap nowadays because people don't really care for it, but I really like it, and I think that it doesn't get enough credit for some of the things it does. But unfortunately, like, I had to put it not last, but lower, just because there's a couple other
fall
things.
Somewhere.
Yeah, but anyway, your next pick.
Yep, my next pick, number 12. Number 12 is going to be Revelation. This one, I'm not saying I regret putting it where it is, but it's just really hard. I don't know if the Rush video is out yet, but
it will be.
With the Rush video, it was really hard in that middle area to pick songs. Of course, they had 19. Was it 19 albums? Yeah. We have 14 on here. So they just gotta fall somewhere. But I really like this album.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know. Maybe it's the opening for me.
The first song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the first disc, I guess, if you're listening to this on CD. Never Walk Away.
Mm-hmm.
But is Open Arms originally on this album?
No, so this disc right here. So you probably listened to both.
I think I listened to just
Open Arms
first.
is originally on...
No, it's
No,
not.
not that one. What am I looking at? Oh, I picked up the wrong
I
album.
have it somewhere on my list.
Where did it go?
What do you mean?
I'm trying to find the album. Oh, this one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I was like, there it is. Couldn't find it for a second. Where's the
so
album?
this is the second disc. So it's the first one, really.
Yeah, so that is just remix with that singer, which
Okay, yeah.
it is.
Because like The Journey is the ending song on that one. I really like that one.
Oh yeah.
It's really good. I don't quite remember how long these songs lasted, but they didn't feel long, even if they were long. I'm not sure how long they really were, but because I didn't really pay attention to the timestamps, but they didn't feel that long to me, which I guess is a good thing.
Yeah.
But it's just not my favorite songs. Because there's a reason it's in number 12 for a reason. They're not my favorite songs, but they didn't feel like they dragged on, so that's why it's not number last. Number 14.
Number last.
But overall, a good album. I really recommend you listen to all these albums. I really enjoyed them. But I don't know. Some of y'all probably experienced listeners, so y'all might not enjoy them as much because you probably have different music taste. But in my humble opinion, I think they were really good.
Oh yeah.
But number 12 is going to be Revelation.
Cool. Number 12, I guess, for me. Arrival. Funny thing, when I first started listening to it, I didn't like it at all. I was mad at this album. I was like, wow, what am I listening to right now? I don't know why I didn't like it, so I re-listened to it. Much better. I don't I don't like the first 3 songs very much
Really?
on this at all. When it gets to track 4, All the Things is good. Um, Living to Do, that is probably my favorite on this album, the 6th track. I Got a Reason, With Your Love, Lifetime of Dreams, Nothing Comes Close, and 14th track, Kiss Me Softly. The end track isn't my favorite either, but because of those songs, it saved this album.
Yeah.
Mostly the latter half, or actually kind of middle, honestly, saved it, because middle to last half, because I was like, this is not going to be good if this sounds like the first 3 tracks on here for me. I don't know why I didn't like them. I don't hate them now, going back and listening to it, but I was not liking it when I was first listening to it. But did not make last like I thought it was going to be, so Arrival is my number 12.
All right, my number 11 is Eclipse.
Good deal.
And right before this, I asked Benjamin, what's people's least favorite? What's people's almost list? And he said it was Eclipse.
Usually, yeah.
And I was like, looking at my list, and I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense. 11 out of 14 for me. But I really agree with what Benjamin says. City of Hope is a great opener.
Yep.
And I liked Venus, the ending. I don't know if you liked that one.
Oh, yes.
I don't remember if she said that or not.
Yep, very good track.
Everything else in between is really good.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, going off of what Benjamin said, of course, Benjamin doesn't know everyone's opinion.
No.
But
Thank goodness.
But if this is most people's least favorite pick, then I kind of want to see the rest of people's list. Because this was honestly not the worst album. I would not call this their worst album. That's my opinion.
And I've seen people where it's not. Like,
Yeah.
people give it credit, but there's people that I know have hated that album. And I'm like, I don't get it.
I mean, it might sound crazy, but I feel like this could be in people's top 5 for some people's list. But that's just because everyone has their different opinion and everyone else has different music taste. It's not my top 5. It's not even the top 10, but
Yeah, barely.
but it's not a bad album at all. But I mean, just being a newer album, I don't know, man. The newer albums just aren't as good as the originals. I feel like that's a lot with a lot of albums.
With your exception
with a lot of
of
bands.
Where'd it go? Look into the Future.
Yeah, that one, their second album.
You didn't have it.
But majority of most bands, just their newer songs, they just don't. They're not the same.
No.
And maybe that's because Benjamin is saying they didn't have a lot of the band members that were there for a lot of the songs.
The
I'm not
singers
sure how many.
and the singer from the lead singer from the first 3 and Steve Perry. And then that doesn't have Steve Perry, but I think he does a great job.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name very well.
But it's not a bad album at all. I'm not going to sit here and trash it and say it's the worst album ever, because it's not. I really like it, honestly. But yeah, they got to fall somewhere.
Arnel Pineda.
That's the name? And that's the
I
lead
think
singer?
that's how you say it, yeah.
Or is that-
I'm pretty sure he's on that one. He's the middle guy right there. Unless he wasn't on that one, but I don't remember. Because I didn't do my homework as well for this one as I unfortunately should have, but it doesn't.
Would it have been right there?
Not necessarily, because it doesn't have the band members on it. Look it up while I'm doing my number 11 pick.
I gotcha.
His least favorite, Look into the Future.
Number 11?
I was not impressed when I heard this the first time. And then, like, the first song's good, and then keeps on, like, it dragged. Or it didn't really drag for me, but I just, like, every song just felt like, I don't know, like, because I don't remember what I heard first, and then I listened to this one, which Journey album, when we were doing this ranking, and I was like, I don't know about this. Then we had Look into the Future. I was like, okay, this is good. Midnight Dreamer, that's really good. I'm Gonna Leave You is the best song in the album, in my opinion. It's the last song. So I'm like, okay, 4 tracks on here. I don't hate the other tracks. I wasn't impressed by them.
Yeah.
So it rose up to the top. Mostly because it's not a very long listen. It's only like, it's under 40 minutes, like 37 minutes, I think, something like that. I like it. Not bad. I think from here on, though, it was pretty hard to rank. Like, these bottom 4 weren't too bad to rank, and then as we're going up, I'm thinking this is going to be a little rough. Now, my number 1, that's my number 1, but as we're going, that's a little rough. Now we're done with this, so we can move it.
Yeah. Yes, it was Arnell
Pineda, I think.
Pineda.
Forgive me if
yeah.
that's not how I say it.
Yeah, it was in Eclipse. All right, my number 10, which I feel like I'm treading on thin ice right now with Journey fans. Departure. I'm not sure what everyone else likes, but this is my number 10. Really great album. Steve Perry did a really great job on this one.
Yeah.
Steve Perry's albums in general, they're really great.
Yeah.
They're really great. But I'm not gonna sit here and say he's the greatest of all time, because in my personal opinion, I don't think he's the greatest of all time. But he's definitely really, really good. So I'm not going to sit here and say he's the worst either. He's a really talented person.
That's such a subjective thing to say, the greatest of all
Really?
time. Who is your favorite?
In my humble opinion, I really like Huey Lewis in the News, but that's just me.
Huey Lewis. He's got a good voice. I like his.
He does.
I am not going to complain about that choice at all.
But that's not true for everyone else. It's your own opinion, That's the greatest part about this. But I really like this album, but it's just got to fall somewhere. The album covers for Journey
They're really good.
They're top notch for me. They're really good.
Yes. Except Trial by Fire is kind of bad.
Yeah.
That's not a very good one.
But my favorite one was the title album. Is that what it's called? Title track. I always forget that. The title track, number 9, Departure. Stay a While also liked the opening. I have mixed feelings about it. I like it.
The opening track?
And then I don't like it. Yeah, Any Way You Want It.
That's the way you need it.
I mean, it's a good song. A lot of people know that song when they think of Journey.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't say it's my favorite song from this album, though. Maybe that's because I've heard it a lot.
Yeah.
I guess if I had heard this album for the first time, I haven't heard any of the songs, I guess I would like it. I don't think it would be my favorite song from this album, but it's not a bad song. I just have mixed feelings about it, probably because I've heard it so many times. But it's definitely a good album. Number 10, Departure. And I love the pictures for all these. The
artwork.
The covers, yeah.
That is my next
Look at
pick.
First one we agree on.
Finally. This list, okay, I thought our lists were going to be a lot closer than they have been, but this is kind of fun.
Yes, it is.
I like Any Way You Want It, but it's not the best song on the album. Walks Like a Lady is good. I don't know what my favorite is on here. Good Morning Girl is honestly a pretty cool track, number 10.
Yeah, it is.
I'm Crying's good. Where Were You? People and Places. Line of Fire is probably my favorite. That's a fun song. I like that song. I don't know. There's just something about it that's just really cool. And am I putting this a little low? I don't know. I don't care. It's our list, and we get to do what we want with it. I'm surprised you came back after the Rush list, though. No spoilers coming from me right now, but if you guys haven't seen that, because it should be out by the time this video comes out, go check it out. But that was a really close pick. I'm not gonna lie. We do have the occasional times when we actually agree on something. Yeah. All right, so both of those have been ranked.
Yep.
And that one.
So number 9. We're in the number 9
Yeah, it should be.
Arrival is my number 9.
Okay.
Once again, the artwork is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
They're all
It's a Beatle.
Yeah, they're all Beatles.
Let's see. So it has it
That's
on.
A Beatle, is it not?
Yeah,
there's 3 of them with Beatles.
There's more than that because
Really?
this one has it. Escape has it.
Revelation has it.
This one does too. Trial by Fire, because it's got it right there.
Look at that.
The little thing. And then I don't know. Did Raised on Radio have it hidden in here? A lot. I would say probably majority. Well, maybe not majority.
I'm sure there's a deeper meaning to it. I just have no idea.
I don't remember what the deal is, but it's their logo type.
But Arrival.
Mascot.
Number 9, Signs of Life I really liked.
Yep.
And then also...
Actually, that was one I didn't like, is it?
Really?
Yeah, it's the third track.
Living to Do, I like that one. That one's a longer one.
Mm-hmm.
That's the longest one in this album, actually. 6 minutes and 24 seconds. Nothing Comes Close. I really like that one. And then the ending, We Will Meet Again. That's it. Yeah, We Will Meet Again. I really like that. It's just overall a really great album. There were like occasionally like the ones that I didn't like.
Yeah.
But overall they were all good. I didn't think Higher Place was it's a really great song. Not my favorite opener though.
No.
Compared to other songs on this list. But that's where I'm saying I think I'm walking on thin ice because I don't know what everyone else likes. People are probably gonna start yelling at me in the comment section.
Well, this is such an interesting one to rank in some ways because I don't know what people can cry all they want.
Yeah.
Who's crying now, people?
But Arrival is gonna be my number 9.
Very good. Yeah. Evolution. Majestic. Great opener to lead into Too Late. Lovin', Touchin', Squeezin'. Hit off of this album for sure. I love that song. City of the Angels. Oh, that's such a good song. Lovin' You Is Easy. Really good. Lady Luck. Just the same. Love Just the Same. Oh, what's my favorite on the album? Lovin', Touchin', Squeezin' maybe, but probably Lovin' You Is Easy. Lovin' You Is Easy or City of the Angels. I don't know.
Really?
Love this album. Should it have been higher? Maybe. That was released in 79. They released it. They were heavy releasing early on. Oops, knocked the desk.
That's their 5th album? Yeah.
Really good. Your next pick?
Yeah. We were so close.
Oh!
That's my number 8. So close to agreeing. 2 times in a row?
Yeah.
But, no, because Arrival was my last one.
Oh, yeah. So, well, 2 times.
But 2 times we would have agreed on
2 times out of 14, 8 bad.
Yeah. I really like that. Okay, the album, I know I keep going on about the album covers.
That's such a good
one.
one.
But the album covers for, like, these first, say, like, first 8, maybe.
Oh, man.
They're
so good.
all so good. Maybe 10.
That's probably one of, if
maybe
not the best
10.
one right there.
Yeah, definitely.
So good.
But yeah, I agree with Benjamin on Lovin' You Is Easy.
Mm-hmm.
Majestic is a good opener. Too Late I liked. I don't know if Benjamin liked that one. I don't remember. But Lady Luck is also a good ending.
Yep.
Overall, a good album. City of Angels is really great. The reason it is number 8 though is because I do really like the songs. But there are other songs in these albums that I like more, so there's a reason that these are all here. Not just blindly putting these wherever I want.
Oh,
there's a reason.
If there wasn't a reason, we'd not be doing this video.
Exactly. But yeah, super great album. Definitely recommend people go listen to it. I know Benjamin said on one of the videos, if you do have a CD player, even if it's in like your car or at home, I definitely recommend getting CDs. It's definitely a great way to enjoy it, and it also just feels nice that you have the actual copy of the music, physical copy. It's the same thing that I say like about games. I like having the physical discs rather than it being digital. It just feels better, and then you get to enjoy it more, honestly, because it's easier to access.
And when it gets pulled off of streaming for whatever the heck reason,
and you still have it.
Yeah, it's your backup disc.
But yeah, I definitely recommend listening to this album.
And your rankings go in the comments below as well. For all this, we'd like to see your opinions.
Evolution
for sure.
number 8. Your number 8?
I don't have my number 8. It's next.
Oh, we
it's
don't
their
have
third
it?
album because it didn't make it in the mail, sadly. Thank heavens they followed up with this one from Look Into the Future, because I was a little bit bummed out by that. I was like, is their third album going to be very good? It's really good. Specific songs that I need to go ahead and pull up because I didn't write them down for some reason. Opening Spaceman. Great song. I think People and I Would Find You, and Here We Are, and Hustler. So I listed the first five. Then the song next, and Nickel and Dime, a little bit shakier on. They're not quite as good as those first five, and then it ends with Karma. I really like that ending. So I listed every track, but
I don't know if y'all can see that well.
Yeah,
Kind of. That's the album cover. Just so someone has a reference.
nice.
It's hard to see, but
Yeah, so I know I listed every track, and like 6 and 7 weren't quite up there with the first 5 and 8. But like honestly, if asked me in a few years, this album might be higher. But
yeah.
we'll see how that goes. If we end up getting multiple years later, favorite, least favorite, we'll see how we do that. But your next pick, no pun intended, number 7.
No, we don't have that one here, but it's Freedom, their last album.
Yep.
And I was surprised it was number 7, honestly, because, like I was saying before, their later albums, and most bands' later albums, are not as good as the older ones, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But this one definitely made it. It's number 7. It's almost top 5, not quite. But Together We Run is a great album opening.
Yes.
Don't Give Up on Us is the second one. I like that one. I don't know if anyone else likes that. Beautiful as You Are is, in my opinion, that's a great way to end it.
Yep.
And then Let It Rain, Holding You, Don't Go. I like all those songs. I enjoyed. I want to say I enjoyed about like 85% of the songs. So I enjoyed majority of them. The other ones I didn't hate. Just I pick other songs out of them, but I listened to this whole album all the way through without being like, is this one done yet? Is this one almost over? But that's why it's in number 7. All of them were really great, in my opinion. But Freedom, number 7.
My hair's going a little crazy there, as usual. Revelation. This is my number 7. That was one of your lower picks, I think, wasn't it?
It was number 12, yeah.
Yeah. Man, I was pleasantly surprised by this one. I didn't listen to this too. It is what it is, but like I like those songs with Steve Perry, and I'm sure Mr. Arnell here, he does well with it. I'm sure he sounds a lot like Steve Perry, but
he does.
It's pretty impressive how they were able to find someone that sounded as similar. But I haven't listened to this too, but I'm just talking about the first stuff. First 5 tracks: Never Walk Away, Like a Sun Shower, Change for the Better, Wildest Dream, Faith in the Heartland. Killer first 5 tracks. It doesn't take a nosedive, but they're not as strong as the first half of the album until you get to The Journey, Revelation, and I love that closing track. So when I put it up as where it was, really I was great. Like, okay, I actually can be not biased just towards one singer here.
Yeah, that is a really great.
And this has like
closing.
This has a lot in here, like 3 discs.
I know, that was pretty cool.
It's got a DVD in there in the middle, I think, because it's in concert. And then, of course, it's got the other tracks and stuff. But whoop, there we go. All right, so that has, let's see, all these have been ranked so far. Did you do that one yet?
Have you done Arrival yet?
Yeah, it was 11 or 12 for me.
Okay. Have I done one?
You haven't done Evolution yet, have you?
I did. Yep.
That's right. That was...
My number 6 is going to be Next. Yeah, I agree with Benjamin on that one. It was really great. His was 8.
Yep.
Yeah. Really great opener. And then also, so yeah, Spaceman was a really great opener. Here We Are, good song.
Mm-hmm.
Karma, in my opinion, is good ending. This one's not that long. There's not that many songs in this one.
The first 3 aren't very long. 30-something minutes.
But yeah, I mean, like the amount of songs, there's not that many. The title track Next is good. I guess I'm comparing this to Freedom. There was a ton of songs in that one.
Well, Freedom, Freedom, Arrival, and Trial by Fire all have a lot of songs.
Yeah. But also then Hustler and then Nickel and Dime. They were all really great songs in my opinion. Great opener, great ending. great title track. But yeah, that's why it's my number 6.
I don't have my number 6, Freedom. Wish that came in because I will be playing that on CD like crazy.
Yeah.
Love that album.
I honestly did not think that was going to be very high on yours.
No. On mine?
Yeah.
No, I didn't either because it's so new.
I mean, I didn't think it was going to be high on mine either.
No, but that's an impressive album. If they could write stuff like that, like consistently in terms of like every 2 or 3 years, man, if there wasn't so much like frustration and hate that goes through that band. Like those band members can't stand each other for some reason. They get into all sorts of fights and stuff with each other. It makes no sense to me. But the way of the world, I guess, unfortunately. If they could just settle down and keep releasing albums every like 2 to 3 years like this, man, that would be awesome. But yeah, really like that album. Really liked it. It was only released in 2022, so that's been 3 years at this point of this video. So, I guess let me pull up some of the songs on here because pretty much all of them. Together We Run, Don't Give Up on Us, The Way We Used to Be, Let It Rain's a great song. Beautiful As You Are is a good closer. Life Rolls On, All Day and All Night. Afterglow. I'm not going to keep listing tracks. Favorite on here probably would be Don't Give Up on Us. That's hard. There's a lot of great songs on it, but I mean, they open it and close it well, and then there's still all sorts of great stuff in between. So that's my number 6. So we're top 5 now.
Yep.
Good deal.
Top 5 is where me and Benjamin kind of disagree.
Oh.
Trial by Fire. That's my number 5.
Well, there's a couple albums on here we'll agree in top 5.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I guess so, because we haven't said them yet.
Yeah.
The album cover is pretty cool on this one. This one's not my favorite, though.
No.
I'd say the other, like, Arrival and...
Those two.
And then, those. And then Revelation also. Just more simple. Those are really great, in my opinion. But we're not really ranking this on the album cover. We're ranking this on the music.
We could rank them based
I
off
judge
the
it by the
covers.
album cover, but I don't rank it by the album cover.
Yeah. I get
if that makes sense.
Yes.
Colors of the Spirit, I really like. Easy to Fall. The title track, Trial by Fire, is good. I Can See It in Your Eyes is a good closer. And then this one has a lot of songs. Wow.
I know. It's got a ton of songs on it. That's part of why I put it low, because it's just so long.
Message of Love it's an okay opener. Not compared to the rest of mine, in my opinion.
Okay.
Like, I liked a lot of the other openers.
I'm not going to argue.
But I really liked all the other songs. That's why it's in number 5. I didn't hate the opener. I didn't hate Message of Love. It just... There were other openers that I really enjoyed. But besides that, every other song was really good in my opinion. But Trial by Fire is number 5.
That's funny because I think that's my favorite song on the album. We
Really?
do this. We always do this. There's always some. It just makes this like much more fun than it probably should be. But number 4.
Oh, no, it's your number 5.
Thank you. Number 5. Save me by that bell here. Escape. I did not think it was going to be as high as it was, but I'm having a renewed love for Don't Stop Believin', but I think it was played. It should have been played at my wedding.
Really?
Yeah, that definitely should have been played at my wedding. Yeah, it was played at my wedding, and then it was in, and then I re-listened to it more recently here, and I'm like, okay, I don't hate it as much as I used to. Stone and Love's good. Open Arms is a great closing song. Love that song.
It really is.
Mother Father is a good deep cut. Lay It Down, Dead or Alive. Still They Right's pretty good. Escape's not bad. Favorite song on this is easily Who's Crying Now.
Really?
Because, I mean, that's my favorite Journey song. So, of course, it's going to be my favorite. I've loved that song for so long. And, yeah, I love both the back artwork there, and the front. That is
that is a
so
really great album
cool
cover.
and clever.
Is that a beetle
Yeah,
again?
yeah, it should be. And then he's escaping from. Honestly, the look into the future glass ball is what that looks like. It looks a little bit like that. I don't think that's actually what it is, but like, where'd it go? Yeah, see? Looks like the glass ball on there.
Yeah,
A little bit. I don't know, just. I don't rank him based off of album covers here. We could do something like that. That'd be fun, but.
Yeah, we could.
That's a really great album. Love it. I appreciate it a lot more now that I've re-listened to it, and instead of just Who's Crying Now, and I did like Don't Stop Believing a lot more back in the day. But
Yeah.
number 4 for you.
Okay, number 4. All right.
That your record.
Oh yeah. No. Oh.
It's Infinity.
Do I have Infinity right here? I do.
Yeah.
Ooh, great album cover.
Oh yeah.
You can get the glare off. There we go.
That was a good job there.
I really like this one. It was a number 4. Lights is a really great opener. Feeling That Way I really liked. Open the Door, great ending for me.
Yeah.
Wheel in the Sky, and then Anytime were probably my favorites. Every other song in that one was really great. Just the other ones surpassed it by a lot.
Fair.
Okay, this might be controversial, but I think they should have ended it on Can Do. That's the second to last song. I think that would have made it a little bit better of an ending. That's just me, though. That did not ruin the album, though, at all. Like, if they had switched those songs, might have been a little bit higher on my ranking, but even if it's not, that did not ruin the album for me at all. That's just like a little thing that I would have changed personally.
They would have had to change the structure of the song because Winds of March led into Can Do pretty well.
Yeah.
So they would have had
Well,
to change.
yeah, that's what I'm
structure
saying. Well, like
differently.
not switch them, but like if they just took
took
it
that
somewhere.
song. Oh,
Because I know what you're saying about the Winds one.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying flip them.
No. I was saying like they just move it somewhere else, but
Okay.
because it moves in, Winds of March moves into it.
Yeah, you can't.
I think that would have been just like perfect if they just ended it right there.
That's fair.
But that doesn't ruin the album. That's why it is number 4.
Yep.
Number 4.
And for the very first time, this high up on the list, we agree on the exact same
Look at
pick. Wow, this album's good. This is one of my early Journey albums that I ever listened to. Lights opens it up. Love that song. Anytime's awesome. La Da Da. That is such a fun song. Wheel in the Sky, big hit off the album. Still a great big hit. They have really good big hits. Like their greatest hits album is one of their greatest hits albums
It
ever.
is really great. They
Yeah.
have a lot of hits.
Something to Hide. My favorite though on this album is Wind of March. Winds of March. Didn't say it.
Oh man, I hated that song so much. I'm just kidding.
That's such a good song. Man, I heard
It
that for
is.
the first time, blew my mind. And then it led into Can Do. Well, Open the Door's not a bad closer, but it's not. Yeah, when you have Winds of March and Can Do back to back, and then you hear Open the Door, I'm like, eh.
It just changes it, you know?
Yeah, it's not, but it didn't drop it in the ranking.
Yeah,
at all.
exactly. It's fine.
It definitely did.
Definitely agree on that.
I'm just like, Winds of March and Can Do are so good that, like, Anyway, number 4. So what is your number 3?
My number 3? My number 3 is Frontier.
Good deal.
Frontiers. Obviously, Separate Ways. That's a great opener. That's probably my favorite opener of all these albums.
That's a good one.
I don't know if it's any like TV shows or movies. It probably is.
Oh, yes, it is.
But I've never heard it on there. I heard one of the Journey songs. I heard one of the Journey songs one time, and then I started listening to the albums. This was like a couple years ago. And then I listened to this album. This is the first album of Journey that I listened to all the way, and that was like a couple years ago. And then Separate Ways was the first time ever hearing that, and that blew my mind. I had never heard that song before then, surprisingly, even though it's like one of their most popular songs. But overall, it's just a really great opener. And then Center of My Love, that's a really great second song. And then Back Talk, I liked. Rubicon is a really great.
Deep cut.
Yeah, and it's a really great way to end the album, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
After the Fall is good, and then Faithfully, and then Edge of the Blade is also great. They have just a lot of great songs on here. Is this people's most popular album?
Nah, depends.
Because I feel like this would definitely be higher on a lot of people's lists.
It depends on what era of Journey you like best, I think.
But this is
Actually,
definitely...
I think Escape usually is because it's got Don't Stop Believing.
Yeah, but like when I think of Journey, I think of this album. So if you're going to listen to Journey, if you haven't before, or you've just heard like one or two songs, I would definitely listen to this album.
Oh,
if
yeah.
anyone's asking, what Journey album do you recommend? If I'm recommending it, then that means I'm trying to see what other people like and I'm trying to relate with other people. This is the one that I would pick.
Yeah.
Just because it has a wide variety of music and it has a lot of great songs, a lot of great hits on here. Just overall, this is the reason why it's top 3. It's a really great album, in my opinion. And then that album cover is really great. I like it. It might be a little weird to some people, but it reminds me of some kind of like alien robot. Maybe a little Megamind because the head's so big. But yeah, number 3 is Frontiers.
My number 3 is your second least favorite. Raised on Radio. People have this a lot lower than I do, I know. But I think it's the deep cuts that do it for me. Girl Can't Help, it's a great way to open it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great opener. Be Good to Yourself. Love that song. Once You Love Somebody is one of the best deep cuts ever. Love that song. It's Happy to Give, Raised on Radio. I'll Be Alright Without You is so good. But then again, then you have The Eyes of a Woman. Oh, that's such a good song. I heard that first time and I was like, wow, this is an incredible song. And then it closes off with Why Can't This Night Go On Forever. I can't say enough about this one. And I get why people would put this one a little lower if you don't love the deep cuts. But I love the deep cuts, so that's my number 3.
For sure. We don't have the album, I don't believe. But Journey, debut album, that's my second. Really great. I listened to that one at work. But I didn't just listen to it at work, because I was like, I didn't hear... Because you're at work, you're doing other stuff. But I listened to it on the way home from work as well, because I was like, that one was really good. I want to listen to it again and make sure it was actually as good as I thought.
Right.
And it definitely was. All the songs were good. Of a Lifetime was a really great opener. And then I, personally, my favorite is In the Morning Day. It's just really... I don't know. I actually listened to that the next morning on my way to work. In the Morning Day. So... It's definitely
great.
like the song you wake up to and you're like, it's a good mood song, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Good vibes. And then Mystery Mountain's a really great way to open it up, or to end it, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know how to pronounce this, but that, which one was it?
Number 4?
Number 3.
Oh,
Number
damn.
3.
Sorry. Yeah.
Kahutik?
I will go with his so that...
We'll say that.
I don't know.
That, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, now that I'm looking at it again, that might be my number 1. It's those 2 songs. But we'll call it Kahutik. It's probably not that. Someone's going to scream at us in the comments, but that's okay. That one was really great. That one was a lot. That was like such a difference between In the Morning Day, and then it went on to that. There was a lot more guitar on that one. That one was really... really good. That was really upbeat and everything, and that just perfect, honestly. So that's a fight. In the Morning Day and then Kahutik, those are definitely fighting for number 1. But this is a really great debut album. Also a really great album that I would recommend to people because it's got such a great variety of songs. But yeah, number 2 is Journey, debut album.
I cannot believe our top 5 had 2 of the same picks. So that's my number 2 as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at
My goodness, that is one of the greatest debut albums of all time, in my opinion. What an album! If the only reason it didn't make number one is because I think number one's just so strong for me, because it's a top 10 album of all time for me. Of a Lifetime, yeah. I mean, I can't really say much about that you haven't already said. Of a Lifetime, and the track 3 that we can't pronounce, or if we are pronouncing it. To Play Some Music, such a fun song though.
Mm-hmm.
And then I could list every track. Mystery Mountain closes the album, but listen to it. It's not that long. It's only 37 minutes.
Yeah.
7 songs, 37 minutes. Short, simple, absolute perfection. Barely made it out of number one in some ways, but yeah, I really like that album.
For sure.
What a debut. They really did have a sophomore slump on that second album, though, man. They really did.
They definitely did. But they came back with the other albums.
Yeah.
But, alright. Number one is Escape. So, honestly, these top 3 could easily be interchangeable. I'm not like die hard into like my picks on top 3. Like, honestly, depending on what kind of mood I'm in, they could definitely switch around. Fair. Like, Frontiers could definitely be number 1. Journey could definitely be number 1. Mm-hmm. But I will say those top 3 are gonna stay top 3.
Yep.
But just those top 3 could change between 2, 3, 1. They could change. But right now, my number 1 is Escape. Don't Stop Believing. It's a great song. A bit overplayed in my opinion because I've heard it a lot, but I guess it's because it's a popular song. Of course, they're gonna play it a lot.
That was not their most popular song on that album when it first came out.
Well, I believe that.
It is now.
I believe that.
It was Who's Crying Now and...
Which is also a really great song.
What was the other one? Open Arms. Those were the 2, I believe.
Really?
Yes.
My favorite song on this is Open Arms. I think it's a really great... would you call that a love song?
I would.
Okay.
It's a ballad.
I decided to make sure we are on the same page. I would call that a love song. It's a really great, nice, sweet song. Still They Ride, and then Escape was good. Dead or Alive was actually really good. And I agree what we were saying with Mother and Father. Mother, Father. That was really good. But that opening and closing, perfect. If you haven't listened to Journey before and you haven't listened to Don't Stop Believing 10 times a day by listening to it on the radio, if you listen to that opening and closing back to back, perfect. 10 out of 10 in my opinion. That's why it's my number 10. Or sorry, not number 10.
Not your number 10.
Number 1. But like I said, this Escape, Journey, and Frontiers could easily switch each other. Because honestly, I really like Frontiers. It's a really great album, but I also like Journey. And then I also like Escape. But Escape right now is number 1 mostly because my favorite Journey song is Open Arms. But honestly, after listening to Journey and the Kahooski, whatever you want to call it, after listening to that one, that was actually really good. I think that might be my second most favorite Journey song. But yeah, Escape, probably my favorite album cover if I'm being honest. Journey wise, number 1.
So I need to confess something.
What's up?
I lied. Unintentionally. Who's Crying Now used to be my favorite song. It's my favorite on that album, but it's not my favorite overall song. It's on Frontiers.
Really?
It's Send Her My Love.
Really?
Yes. That is on the greatest hits of Journey. Here, we can hold both of them up, honestly. Yo! Such a good album. Opens up. You can't open up an album much better than Separate Ways Worlds Apart.
You can't. It's so good.
Crushing. Then Send Her My Love. Then Chain Reaction. Heavy song. So good. After the Fall. Incredible deep cut. Faithfully is a beautiful song.
Honestly, if you're listening
song.
If you're listening to it on vinyl, all of side 1 is 10 out of 10 in my opinion.
Yeah, because then you get to side 2 and then you got Edge of the Blade. What a great song. Treble Child. Awesome deep cut. Back Talk's my least favorite on the album,
Really?
not because I hate it, just because it's I don't know. I still haven't
You gotta
connected
have a
with it.
least favorite. You
Yeah,
have
I
to.
haven't connected with it quite as well as like some of the other songs. Phone's blowing up. Jeez. Title track. My goodness, what a title track
You
that
liked it?
is. Love that song. And then of course Rubicon ends it. That's an awesome closer. I did my top 10 albums of all time with Simon,
Mm-hmm.
and this album was in my top 10.
Really?
Yeah, so like I knew this from the get-go. This was going to be number one. Freaking, well, I don't have it. The debut though, that was,
It really is
that was
really
a lot
good.
closer than I'd expected that.
It is really good. I wasn't expecting it to be that high up either, but it
Ooh.
was.
What a wow! We
We
actually
had a lot more in common than I thought.
we did it. Yeah, well, it's funny
Well, actually,
though.
I take that back. I was expecting us to have a lot more in common.
Two of the top five, I think, was of yours were at the bottom closer for me, and then
Yeah.
two of your top five, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Before I screw that up. Thanks for doing this. This was
Absolutely.
good. Which one are we doing next? I don't know. I'll have this guy look through my collection and he'll figure it out because I'm not gonna make him listen
We're
to something
doing
he doesn't
Post
like.
Malone. Just kidding.
We're not doing Post Malone.
I wouldn't
ever.
want to rank Post Malone.
Please no. No. I don't even what
Not
what
a Post
genre is
Malone
he?
hater, but-
what genre is he?
He's like rap, and now he's like country,
No, that's right.
hip hop.
He did a lot. That if you want that kind of stuff and you want like really modern music, you're not gonna get it through me because I don't
Yeah.
really like modern music at all. I like classic stuff like well, okay, I say that modern music. I like the modern music from bands that have been established from like this point, like classic rock bands releasing. It doesn't always work, but in this instance,
It does.
they knocked it out of the
Yeah.
park for the most part. But thank you all so much for watching our ranking. We will do this again, and we will see you guys back again here in the listening room.